Hello viewers. Today we'll be doing a listening test. Basically, I'll be doing this test for you. So basically, I'll be doing this practice test because we'll learn the technique. So sometime I may give pause and then we'll confirm our like answer. So here is the listening questions, and here is the audio tab. So let's begin.
You will hear a number of different recordings, and you have to answer questions on what you hear. There will be time for you to read the instructions and questions, and you'll have a chance to check your work. All the recordings will be played once only. The listening test is in 4 sections. At the end of the test, you will be given 10 minutes to transfer your answers onto an answer sheet. Now turn to section 1. You will hear someone calling a restaurant to inquire about employment. First, you have time to read questions 1 to 10.
So 1 to 10 is a type of work. Then is a which branch. Then nearest bus stop is next to the what? Bus stop. Then pay how many euros? Extra pay when you work on where? What? Transport when you work, then you'll get transport. What quality do you require?
Good evening, Anchor Curry Restaurant.
Good evening. I'm ringing about the job I understand you have vacant.
Oh, yes.
I'd like to find out a few more details, if I may.
Yes, of course. Can I take your name?
It's Mohammed Al-Biri.
Well, if you want to ask about the job, and then if we are both still interested, we could arrange for you to come for an interview.
Great, thanks. I'm afraid I missed the advert for the job, but heard about it from a friend.
That's no problem at all. What would you like to know?
Well, what sort of work is it? Washing up?
It's answering the phone.
All right, fine.
And not waiting tables.
That'd be good. And how many nights a week would it be?
Well, we're really only busy at the weekend.
So 2 nights?
3, actually, so it would work out at 12 hours a week.
That'd be fine. It wouldn't interfere with my studies.
Are you at the university?
Yes, first year physics student.
Oh, right.
And because I'm not an EU national, would I need a work permit?
Yes, you would. Just get your tutor to sign it.
That wouldn't be a problem if I were to get the job. Where exactly is the restaurant?
Well, we have 2 branches. The one we're recruiting for is on Oxley Road.
I don't know that. How do you spell that, please?
It's Oxley Road.
Got it. Thanks. Is it near a bus stop?
Yes, the nearest one would probably be just beside the library.
Yes, I know it. That'll be fine for me. And could I ask about the pay?
We're offering €5 an hour.
Very good. My last job was €4.50 an hour.
Well, we feel it's pretty good, and we also offer some good fringe benefits.
Really?
Well, we give you a free dinner so you eat well.
Right, better than hostel food.
Well, we certainly hope so. And we also offer extra pay for working on national holidays.
Oh, that's a really good perk, isn't it?
Yes, we think so. And then, because of the difficulties of getting public transport, if you're working after 11 o'clock, we drive you home.
Oh, that's good to know.
Well, we'd certainly be interested in inviting you for an interview, if you're still interested.
Yes, certainly. Could I just ask also what qualities you're looking for?
Well, for this particular job, we want a clear voice, which you obviously do have.
Thanks.
And you must be able to think quickly, you know?
Well, I'd hope I'd...
So, when could you come for an interview? We're actually quite quiet tonight.
Sorry, I couldn't come tonight or tomorrow, I'm afraid. Thursday's okay. That'd be the 22nd of October.
Fine. After 5 p.m?
Yes, fine. Would 6 o'clock be okay?
Perfect. And could you bring the names of 2 referees?
Yes, that's fine. No problem.
I look forward to seeing you.
Oh, by the way, who should I ask for?
Oh, yes, of course. Sorry. My name is Christina Manuju.
Can you spell that, please?
It's UJU.
Okay, I've got it. Thanks very much.
I look forward to seeing.
So this is the question 1 to 10. I think you already understood the things, because basically the question 1 to 10 remains very easy, and they talk very slowly, and they give some time to think and write. So it's question the section 1 is very easy. So for question 1, it was saying that answering the phone, so I wrote in short. Then question number 2 is Oxley Road. Number 3 is library. Number 4 is €5. Number 5 is national holidays. So this kind of things we have to be very careful. Like holidays, it is S. So if you write holiday, then you are not gonna get the mark. So you are writing, though you're writing, you have heard the right word, but due to for silly mistake, you will lose mark. So this kind of thing, singular plural, you have to be very careful. So after 11 o'clock, so somebody may write after 11 p.m., so then you're gonna lose mark. You have to write after 11 or after 11 o'clock. Then clear voice, then think quickly. You have to be very careful about the spelling. Then Thursday 22nd October, you have to write October full. Then his name is Manuja. So okay, so next.
You.
Now turn to section 2. You will hear a woman talking to a health club host. First, you have time to look at questions 11 to 20.
So 11, 12, 13 is marking. 14, 15, 16, 17, 18 is this light and other things. 19 is pizza. 20 is railway museum is closed down, so and so. Phone number, so it's a phone number. You have to be careful. It's a phone number. Close date, and these things, pillow, wash, and other thing.
Hi, I'm Tom. The hotel concierge sent me up to help you get the hot water heater working. In the upstairs cupboard, you'll find the water heater. You'll see the 3 main controls on the left at the bottom of the heater. The first one, the round one on the far left, is the most important one for the heating and hot water. It's the main control switch to turn the heater on and off. Make sure it's in the on position. The switch itself doesn't light up, but the little square below will be black if the switch is off. That's probably what happened. It's got switched off by mistake. The middle one of these controls, you'll see it's slightly larger than the first one, controls the radiators. If you feel cold while you're there and need the radiators on, this needs to be turned to maximum. The last one of the 3 controls, the one on the right, is usually on about a number 4 setting, which for the water in the taps is usually quite hot enough. Below the heating controls in the middle is a small round plastic button. If there isn't enough water in the pipes, sometimes the heater goes out. If this happens, you'll need to press this button to reset the heater. Hold it in for about 5 seconds and the heater should come on again. Then there's a little square indicator under the 3rd knob that's a kind of alarm light. It'll flash as a warning if you need to reset the heater. I'm sure you won't have.
Okay, here what I have done is that instead of writing A, B, C, D, E, I wrote the things I heard over conversation. So like 11, I heard on off switch. So there is on off switch B. So it will be B. So later on I can write it's B. So then number 12, I heard reset. Anything reset? Yeah, reset button is C. So is C, because there is a possibility if I go up, see the later and then right, then I might miss. So I'm following the conversation with the map. And 13 is indicator. Is there an indicator? It's a indicator. So it's a warning indicator. So it says warning blip. So it is said warning indicator. So it is warning indicator is E. You have to be very careful. It is E. So this is, so next now go with this pillow. You can try with this also. Let's see.
Any problems with it. There should be some more instructions on the side of the heater. Call me back if you can't make it work. Oh, while I'm here, in case you haven't managed to find out a few things you need, like extra pillows for the beds and some washing powder, I'll give you a quick tour. If you look in the cupboard, the large white one upstairs, to the left of the bathroom door, there should be 4 or 5 pillows on the top shelf. And if you want to do some washing, there's some powder for that, probably by the back door. There's a kind of shelf there above the sink. In fact, I'm sure there's some there in the large blue box. You need about half a cup for each wash. And that reminds me, the spare key to the back door is hanging on a hook on the wall by the sitting room window. Please make sure to put it back when you've used it. The previous guest lost it in the garden and I had to get another one made. And if you have any trouble with the lamps, you'll find some spare bulbs in a large covered cardboard box. It's on top of the washing machine with all the kinds of useful things in it. Oh, and another thing I forgot to mention. I've left you a local map, so you'll be able to find your way around more easily. It shows the whole area. I put it on the top drawer of the chest under the TV in your bedroom. There's a whole file of local information in there too. If you're thinking about visiting...
So here, pillow, it says that upstairs cupboard. So upstairs cupboard B. So it will be B. Remove all this. Then washing powder is, we heard something called back door. So is there any back door on shelf by back door? So is E. Then key is sitting room. So sitting room is living room. So it is D. Light is top of washing machine box on washing machine box. So it's A. Map is in chest drawer. Is there any chest drawer? Yeah, chest drawer is C. So basically I try to solve in this way, so that helps me to remain on track.
the town, I suggest you take the car. It's too far to walk from the flat, really. You'll have to pay to leave your car in all the car parks now, I'm afraid. I like the one that's by the station best, and you can walk to the town centre from there in 5 minutes. That's where all the best restaurants are. But if you want a takeaway, the Italian one does really good pasta and pizzas. Call 73281 for that one, or 76119 for the Chinese. They're both good and now both delivered to the flat. As for places to visit, yes, do go and see the Railway Museum. The exhibition is small but really good. It gets very crowded on Sundays, so I suggest you visit on a quieter day later in the week, but not on Thursdays, which is market day. You won't find anywhere to park, and it's also the only day of the week when they're not open. Anyway, enjoy your stay and just call down if you have any questions.
Now turn to Section 3. You will hear a student speaking to a university advisor about her dissertation. First, you will have time to read questions 21 to 30.
24 is benefits. What is benefits is increase. Dissertation tend to contain same, make possible strategy, limit can be 2. 29 struggle student read the...
Caroline, come on in, sit down.
Thanks.
So how's the dissertation planning going?
Well, Dr. Smith, I'm still having a lot of trouble deciding on a title.
Well, that's perfectly normal at this stage, and this is what your tutorials will help you to do.
Right.
What we'll do is just jot down some points that might help you in your decision. First of all, you've chosen your general topic area, haven't you?
Yes, it's the fishing industry.
Oh yes, that was one of the areas you mentioned. Now, what aspects of the course are you good at?
Well, I think I'm coping with the statistics, and I'm never bored by it.
That's good. Anything else?
I found computer modelling fascinating. I've no problem following what's being taught, whereas quite a few of my classmates find it difficult.
Well, that's very good. Do you think these might be areas you could bring into your dissertation?
Oh, yes, if possible. It's just that I'm having difficulty thinking how I can do that. You see, I feel I don't have sufficient background information.
I see. Well, do you take notes?
I'm very weak at note-taking. My teachers always used to say that.
Well, I think you really need to work on these weaknesses before you go any further.
What do you suggest?
I can go through the possible strategies with you and let you decide where to go from there.
Okay, thanks.
Well, some people find it helpful to organise peer group discussions. Each week a different person studies a different topic and shares it with the group.
Oh, right.
It really helps build confidence, having to present something to others.
I can see that.
I guess the drawback is that everyone in the group seems to share the same ideas. They keep being repeated in all the dissertations.
Okay.
You could also try a service called Academic Services. It's designed to give you a structured program over a number of weeks to develop your skills.
Sounds good.
Yeah. Unfortunately, there are only a few places, but it's worth looking into.
Yes, of course. I know I've got to work on my study skills.
And then there are several study skills books you can consult.
Right.
They'll be a good source of reference, but the problem is they are sometimes too general.
Yes, that's what I've found.
Other than that, I would strongly advise quite simple ideas like using a card index.
Well, I've never done that before.
It's simple, but it really works because you have to get points down in a small space. Another thing I always advise is don't just take your notes and forget about them. Read everything 3 times. That'll really fix them in your mind.
Yes, I can see that takes discipline, but...
Well, if you establish good study skills at this stage, they'll be with you all your life.
Oh yes, I completely agree. It's just that I don't seem to be able to discipline myself. I need to talk things over.
Well, we'll be continuing these tutorials, of course. Let's arrange next month's now. Let's see. I can see you virtually any time during the week starting the 22nd of January.
What about the 24th? I'm free in the afternoon.
Sorry, I'm booked in. What about the following day?
Thursday? I can make the morning.
Fine, we'll go for the 25th then.
That's great, thanks.
So everything was okay. You saw that I was, writing confidence because I did some mistake in the spelling. So I was there. So by that I was falling back with writing idea. So I was writing the ideas. Then I missed here. So here is they were saying something called academic or something. Academic service, if I'm not wrong. Academic service. Then limited places. Here I said that ideas, you have to be very careful about these ideas, same ideas. Limited places. So academic service and 2 generals. You have to be very careful about 3/25th, as they said, following day. So okay, now let's go with the next section.
Now turn to section 4. You will hear a university lecturer talking about theories of leadership. First, you have time to read questions 31 to 40.
Promotion goal when with a dash. Ideal self, dash and gain. Leaders, the way leaders dash and their style affect people focus. The way leaders what? Leaders dash and that. Then transformation leader pays special attention. Special attention to what? And then communicate a clear...
Today, I want to talk about self-regulatory focus theory and how the actions of leaders can affect the way followers approach different situations. Self-regulatory focus theory is a theory developed by Tory Higgins. He says that a person's focus at any given time is to either approach pleasure or avoid pain. These are 2 basic motivations that each and every one of us has, and they cause us to have different kinds of goals. Promotion goals in different life situations emphasize achievement. prevention goals or oriented towards the avoidance of punishment. In a specific situation, our thoughts might focus more on promotion goals or more on prevention goals. That theory suggests that two factors affect which goals we are focusing on. First, there is a chronic factor. This factor is connected to a person's personality and says that each person has a basic tendency to either focus more on promotion goals or focus more on prevention goals as part of his or her personality. Second, there is a situational factor, which means that the context we are in can make us more likely to focus on one set of goals or the other. For example, we are more likely to be thinking about pleasure and have promotion goals when we're spending time with a friend. In contrast, if we're working on an important project for our boss, we're more likely to try to avoid making mistakes and therefore have more prevention goals in mind. Research has shown that the goals we are focusing on at a given time affects the way we think. For example, when focusing on promotion goals, people consider their ideal self, their aspirations, and gains. They don't think about what they can lose, so they think in a happier mode. They feel more inspired to change. When people are focusing on prevention goals, they think about their ought self. What are they supposed to be? What are people expecting from them? They consider their obligations to others. As a result, they experience more anxiety and try to avoid situations where they could lose. So now that I've talked about the two focuses and how they affect people, I want to look at the idea that the way leaders behave, or their style of leading, can affect the focus that followers adopt in a specific situation. In talking about leadership, we often mention transformational leaders and transactional leaders. Transformational leaders, when interacting with their followers, focus on their development. In their words and actions, transformational leaders highlight change. Their speech is passionate and conveys a definitive vision. All of these things can encourage followers to think about what could be. In other words, they inspire a promotion focus in their followers. In contrast, transactional leaders focus on developing clear structures that tell their followers exactly what is expected of them. While they do explain the reward people will get for following orders, they emphasize more how a follower will be punished or that a follower won't get rewarded if his or her behavior doesn't change. In short, they emphasize the consequences of making a mistake. This emphasis will clearly lead followers to focus on avoiding punishment and problems. This is clearly a prevention focus. In conclusion, it's common to understand that one focus is not necessarily better than the other one. For a designer who works in a field where a lot of innovation is needed, a promotion focus is probably better. In contrast, a prevention focus, which causes people to work more cautiously and produce higher quality work, might be very appropriate for a job like a surgeon, for example. The main point of the research, though, is that
So already we have completed. So here I think you understand. As per the audio, I try to write all the answers. So I think I could make almost all correct. So there are some spelling mistake. Let me correct. It's innovation. It's vision. It is. Let's write down here. CLEAR. Clear structure. XTRUC structure. TURES. Clear structures. Clear structures. Create clear structure to make expectations clear. So it should be clear structures. vision. So this is development, development, and this is behave. This is aspiration. Aspiration, aspiration, aspiration. You have to be very careful about the spelling. This is when with a friend. It's not friends, it's a friend with a, so it is friend. This is situational factor, and this is personality, and this is on achievement. So that's all. I think we could correct. This is note taking. You have to be NOT, you have to know TAKING, note taking. You have to be, you have to check your spelling. Statistics, correct. Fishing industry, INDUSTRI industry, it's correct. It's a Thursday. Telephone number is okay. So you have to be delete all this, otherwise you will lose mark. You have to be delete. You have to delete all this. So here BCE. Here Manuzu, no doubt. 22nd October. You have to write OCT October. Think quickly, clear voice, after 11, national holidays, 5, library, Oxley Road, ANSW, answer the PASONE phone. So that's all about our answer. So we can check by the answer sheet. So okay, let's write down the answer in the answer sheet. ANSWR, answer the PASONE phone. Number 2 is XLEYRAD road. Number 3 is library, LIBRARY, library. Number 4 is 5. Number 5 is NATIO, national, national holidays. Number 6 is FT, after after 11. You can write after 11 or you can write after 11, no problem. Number 7 is clear voice. Number 8 is think quickly. Think quickly. Number 9 is 22nd. October. 10 is MA and USAU. Number 11 is B, 12 is C, 13 is E, 14 is B, 15 is E, 16 is D, 17 is A, 18 is C, 19 is 73281. 20 is Thursday, Thursday. So 21 is fishing industry. Fishing industry. 22nd is statistics. STATISTICS, statistics. Number 23 is note taking. And note taking. 24 is confidence. CONFIDENCE, confidence. 25 is ideas. IDEAS, ideas. 26 is academic service. Academic service. 27 is places. PLACES, places. 28 general. GENERAL, general. 29 is 3. 30 is 25th. 31 is achievement. ACHIEVENT, achievement. 32 is personality. PRSO, personality. PRSO, personality. See here, personality. 33 is situational. TUATTIONAL, situational. Here we did mistake, spelling mistake. SI, situational. 34 is friend. FRIEND, friend. With a friend. 35 is aspirations. ASPIRATIONS, aspirations. 36 is behave. Behave. 37 is development. DEVELOPMENT, development. 38 is vision. VISION, vision. 39 is clear structure. Clear, STRUC, structure. TURES, structures. Clear structures. TURES, structures. Innovation, I know. Innovation. Promotion focuses on focus is good for jobs requiring promotion. Focus is good for jobs requiring innovations. It is innovations. Yes, I think it is innovations. Okay, let's see. No, we did few mistakes. I think some answer the phone. It is answering the phone. Oh, ANSWER. ANSWER. Answer the phone. Answering the phone. Yeah. ING. I think it is answering. Answering the phone. It is answering the phone maybe. Let's see. All the correct. It is academic services. So as let's see. The innovation. I think this few mistake. Yes, now all are correct. So see, answering the phone. I wrote answer the phone. So it is answering the phone, and then it is academic services. We wrote service. So see, for a single S, we are losing mark, and it is innovation. It is not innovations. So while listening, it's very careful. So thank you. I think you have understood all the solution. Thank you.